Ari and Cynthia are living with these characters, and so they're just embodying everything into it. Even Cynthia on wires being flipped around and upside down, she was singing live. Everyone was there to do one job, which was we have to beat Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel. How are we going to do that? Like, we have to give 300%.
The entirety of those songs are live performances on set, or is there some mix
Yeah,
between? Wow.
every song was shot live. Every song was shot live. Um, there is definitely some tricks here and there as far as like mixing takes and mixing in, you know, bumps, using pre-recorded and and re-recording. But for the most part, it was definitely live, recorded by Simon Hayes, who also recorded Les Mis, and and um, and what we found is even when we would lean into a pre-record on something, anytime we'd go to the live, it always felt more connected and more grounded. So we just leaned into it. Like, I would say like 99% of the time, we just always try to find some usable take that we could. And if we had to re-record something or find a line or something here or there, we would use it. But we really lean heavy into that because we knew that well, first of all, they had the chops. Like, they're just like the two best singers on the planet.
Right.
And then we had an amazing recording, and then we had, again, all these amazing people to make it work if it was just like if there was a mic bump or something like that, even Cynthia, on wires, being flipped around and upside down, she was singing live. So we just got away with a lot, but it was mostly just to make the performances feel really grounded. And again, that seamless quality between going from dialogue. You can't really do that with, pre-records, and like it always feels canned. And
Mm.
you can do almost anything, but it always makes you like, okay, now the soundtrack has started, and
Right.
but when you have live, you can really like really ground it.
No, it felt authentic. I just didn't know if they had, performed like it didn't sound like a studio cut, like you were going to a soundtrack. It's like perhaps that they had like, recorded it in their own voices, but it definitely felt real. Like you're exactly what you're saying. Like it's a story that sometimes goes into into a musical direction. Sometimes it doesn't, and it's just all one idea. I also thought that I watched A Complete Unknown over the weekend, and I thought
Mhm.
that Timothy Chalamet did a commendable job singing as Bob Dylan, and it would have never worked if they had just piped in Bob Dylan's voice in that movie. Like it was just the clear separation between the real person and the portrayal of the person would have been it would ruined everything.
Yeah, I think that if you have your actor who can pull it off, you might as well, you got to use it. I mean, it's
Mm.
and Ari and Cynthia are living with these characters, and so they're just embodying everything into it. So it's like, one doesn't, the vocals are dialogue, and
Mhm.
so you just if you treat it all the same, and they can pull it off, like the physicality of that and the amount of takes that they have to do, it's pretty. I mean, I was exhausted by just the sheer will of it. It's just like, I had 250 hours of footage between the two movies, and they were just giving it their all the whole time. So it's just like really, yeah, it was amazing they could pull it off. But everyone was there to do one job, which was, how we have to beat, you know, um, Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel, like this, how are we going to do that? Like, we have to give 300%, and
Great cameos, by the way.
anyway,
They were also
thank you.
terrific.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, that was amazing. It was amazing to keep that a secret for so long too, because,
Mhm.
um, it's even when we were previewing it, we're like, should we cut this out for the preview? Because how is this not gonna? And everyone was just they held their tongues. So they knew how much it was going to mean to the fans. So it's great.